A man in a spandex morph suit walked on stage and pretended to be a robot because the actual robot wasn't ready yet. That was Tesla's big humanoid robot reveal in 2021. Today, there are robots hot-swapping their own batteries, sorting battery cells on real factory floors, and building other robots at a rate of 1 per hour. The gap between the costume and the machine closed faster than almost anyone expected, and slower than almost anyone was promised. So here's every major humanoid robot explained simply. Who's actually shipping, who's still mostly talking, and why the company everyone assumes is winning might not be. Tesla Optimus, the one with the loudest marketing. Optimus, started as that spandex suit in 2021, which is either an incredible glow-up story or an incredible head start on managing expectations, depending on your mood. By 2026, Optimus stands 5'8", weighs 57 kilograms, and each hand has 11 degrees of freedom, enough dexterity to handle an egg without crushing it, in theory. Musk's pitch has always been the same: use Tesla's car manufacturing scale and its full self-driving AI stack to mass-produce a robot cheaper than anyone else, targeting $20,000 to $30,000 a unit. Here's where the story gets less smooth. Musk promised 5,000 to 10,000 Optimus units by the end of 2025. Actual production landed in the low hundreds to low thousands. Tesla reportedly paused production in mid-2025 over overheating joint motors, short transmission life, and hand reliability problems. Issues Musk himself has publicly acknowledged remain unsolved. On the Q1 2026 earnings call, Musk declined to even set a new unit target for the year, which is corporate speak for "please stop asking." Fremont's line conversion for Gen 3 is now targeting a low-volume ramp for summer 2026. The one advantage nobody can take away from Tesla: every Optimus running inside a gigafactory, even doing something as simple as moving a bin, is collecting real industrial training data at a scale no standalone robotics startup can match. Whether that advantage survives the hardware problems is the actual open question. And there's a supply chain wrinkle worth knowing. One analysis found that building Optimus without Chinese suppliers would nearly triple the bill of materials, from roughly $46,000 to $131,000, which means the sub-$30,000 dream currently runs through Beijing, not Fremont. Figure AI, the one actually getting paid. While Tesla was managing a production pause, Figure was quietly becoming the most commercially credible humanoid company on this list. Figure 03 is now hitting 1 robot per hour at its BotQ factory, a 24 times throughput increase achieved in under 120 days. That's not a lab demo, that's a manufacturing line. More importantly, Figure has actual paying customers. Its robots are working real shifts inside BMW's Spartanburg manufacturing facility, performing production tasks alongside human employees under a genuine commercial contract. In a head-to-head scoring comparison built from public evidence across deployment, autonomy, and real-world traction, Figure scored 78.9 out of 100 against Tesla's 45.1, with the gap widest specifically in real-world commercial traction, where Figure's BMW numbers are actual company-reported figures, not marketing copy. Figure is also expanding toward home pilots later in 2026, which would make it the first humanoid company testing genuine domestic deployment, not just factory floors. Boston Dynamics Atlas, the one with 3 decades of homework. Atlas isn't a startup's first attempt. It's the result of over 30 years of DARPA-funded robotics research, and it shows. The fully electric version launched its production model at CES 2026 with 56 degrees of freedom and a 50-kilogram lift capacity, more raw physical capability than either Optimus or Figure 03. Atlas can hot-swap its own batteries, navigating to a charging station and returning to work without a human involved. It operates from -4 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, carries an IP67 waterproof rating, and connects directly into enterprise manufacturing software. Its 2026 production is fully committed. Every unit already allocated to Hyundai, which owns Boston Dynamics, and Google DeepMind for AI research. Hyundai's $26 billion US manufacturing investment includes a dedicated robotics factory capable of producing 30,000 units a year, and a meaningful share of that capacity is expected to be Atlas. The catch? Atlas isn't for sale to anyone outside that circle yet. It's not a product you can buy, it's a platform Hyundai and DeepMind are testing, which makes Atlas simultaneously the most technically capable robot on this list and the least publicly accessible. Agility Robotics Digit, the one nobody's talking about that's actually working. While 3 companies fight for headlines, Agility's Digit has quietly become, by some measures, the first genuinely commercially productive humanoid robot in the industry. Digit has moved over 100,000 totes at GXO under a real multi-year robot-as-a-service contract, not a pilot, a paying relationship. Toyota and Mercado Libre signed on as customers in 2025. Toyota's Canadian operations now run 7+ active units. Digit doesn't try to look impressive walking a runway or doing backflips. It moves boxes reliably on repeat for money, which is either the least exciting story in humanoid robotics or, depending on how you think about actual business viability, the only story that currently matters. Unitree, the one winning on sheer volume. Unitree took a completely different strategy. Skip the moonshot narrative, sell a lot of robots. The company shipped over 5,500 units in 2025 alone and is targeting 10,000 to 20,000 plus shipments in 2026. More raw volume than anyone else on this list, by a wide margin. Its G1 and R1 models are priced for research, education, and enterprise experimentation rather than heavy industrial deployment, which is exactly why they're everywhere. Unitree isn't trying to replace a factory worker. It's trying to be the robot every university robotics lab and R&D department can actually afford to buy. The honest industry snapshot. Here's the part every headline skips. A warehouse worker performs 30 to 50 distinct tasks across a shift. A humanoid robot in 2026 can reliably do 5 to 10 of them. That's not a robot replacing a job. That's a robot replacing a task cluster with a human still filling the gaps. The pattern industry analysts keep pointing to is augmentation first, displacement of specific narrow tasks second, and full job replacement a much later and much murkier question. By the end of 2026, realistic industry estimates put the number of humanoid robots doing genuinely productive commercial work globally somewhere in the hundreds to low thousands, not the tens of thousands the press releases sometimes imply. 2027 and 2028 are where most serious analysts expect the real commercial threshold to hit, once component costs standardize and Chinese manufacturers apply real pricing pressure to everyone on this list. Quick question, which one of these would you actually want working next to you, and which one would make you quietly request a transfer? Drop it in the comments. And if this finally cut through the humanoid robot hype, the like button genuinely helps the channel. The reality check. Every company on this list wants you to believe the robot-filled future is basically already here. It isn't yet. What's actually here is a lot of very expensive, very early hardware, a handful of genuinely working commercial deployments, and a massive gap between demo day choreography and Tuesday afternoon reliability. Tesla has the loudest marketing and the shakiest execution record. Figure has the most credible paying customer. Boston Dynamics has the most raw capability, locked behind a closed partnership. Agility has the least glamorous story and the most actual completed work. Unitree has decided the whole moonshot framing is optional if you just sell robots people can afford. That's every major humanoid robot explained, from Optimus's rocky road from spandex suit to stalled production line, to Figure's quiet BMW paycheck, to Atlas's 3 decades of engineering locked inside Hyundai's factories, to Agility's unglamorous 100,000 totes moved, to Unitree simply outselling everyone. Which one do you think is still standing in 3 years? Drop your prediction below. If this made the humanoid robot landscape actually make sense, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Now here's the thing. Every one of these robots is only as good as the AI model making its decisions in real time. Reading a room, recognizing an object, deciding whether to pick it up gently or not at all. Those models come from the exact same handful of AI labs racing each other in the chat and coding world. Same race, different body. That's exactly what we're covering next. Every AI model explained simply what actually separates them and which one is quietly winning the fight that matters most. Click the video on screen right now, and I'll see you there.